Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Amelia.
Good afternoon, madam.
Okay, while waiting for the others to come on board,
Ma'am.
as per my reminder on our messenger group, that today we will discuss activity for weeks 7 and 8. Please
Okay.
get into those activities, okay, while waiting for the others to join us.
Okay, ma'am.
Activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, while I will leave activity 4 for you to attempt, and you will upload on Moodle. Have you started using the Moodle?
Yes, madam.
Okay, have you uploaded any activity on Moodle for any subject?
Computer, madam.
Computer. Okay, great. So you are aware of how you're going to upload activities. So accounting is coming up on uploading.
Madam, that was only, it was the quiz question, like only quiz question.
Okay, so that was given as a form of assessment?
Yes, madam.
Yes. How many minutes were you given to attempt? What was the time allocated? Or was it given as an activity? Activity in the
it was given as activity, like
as an
like
activity, yeah.
Yes, madam.
But not as an online assessment. Yeah?
Yes,
Well,
madam. No.
So online
Ms.
assessment
was just testing us, like she was teaching us how to
upload activities.
Yes, madam.
How to upload activities using the Dropbox.
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
so were you given a Dropbox for you to provide those solutions, attempted activities?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay. So that is what we are going to do for activity 4 as well.
Okay,
what did you have in your last class?
English, madam.
You had English with Mrs. Lala?
Miss Lala.
Okay. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. Huli si Terry. Yang mantang asing dia baru lebat.
Okay. Any update on Twin River?
Yes, madam. We were chatting last the previous day, and she was she don't want to come to school anymore. Like
Is she accessing her Moodle account, Google Drive?
No, madam.
No.
She said that they have internet problem with the internet connection.
Okay. What about Esther?
No idea, madam.
Inise?
No idea.
Lavenia?
Madam, they came online, but not most of the time.
Afternoon, madam.
Okay. Good afternoon. Okay. Do I have Salasini on board? Salasini? Yes.
Still
Amelia
watching
is in.
TikTok. Oh my lord.
Emeline. Yes, she's in. Inese. Lavenia. Merenia.
No idea, madam.
Is Nitisha in? Yes, I can see Nitisha. Priya?
No,
Sandhya?
not yet.
Siteri? Baseva? What about Baseva? Was she part of the class this morning?
No, madam. She didn't come online today.
Kelepi? Was Kelepi joining you for English?
English, yes, only English.
Yes.
Okay. Rinesh is in. Shahil and Sohil. Okay, as I have communicated in our chat group, okay, we will look at activities for week 7 and 8. Please, as I have requested you, okay. All right, we will begin with our class proper, since this class is scheduled for an hour only. So if we are going to wait for the others to come in, then we will not be able to complete what we have planned together for this class. Otherwise, they can come in at any time, join us at any time. Okay, but the video will be available on our Moodle platform. Okay, we will begin with part A. Define the following. Define the
Terms.
following cost. Define the following cost accounting concepts. Define the following cost accounting concepts. Okay. These are the two concepts that we normally come across in cost accounting. That is the meaning of the question. Okay. Now, first, okay, the first concept is factory overhead. Okay, and the second one is prime cost. Okay, let's have a look at the differences between the two. Okay. Now, factory overhead includes. Are you able to access the slide?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Factory overhead includes all other costs apart from direct material and direct labor costs in the manufacture of a product. Okay. You can see that I have underlined other costs apart. Other costs apart. That means apart from direct material, apart from direct labor, okay, we have other costs which are called factory overhead. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is a prime cost? On the other hand, prime cost are all the direct costs involved in the manufacturing process. Are all the direct costs involved in the manufacturing process. So right from the beginning, we are able to differentiate between the two types of cost. Okay, factory overhead focuses on indirect cost. Yes, while prime cost focuses on direct cost. I hope that is clear, class. Eh? Moreover, we can differentiate, we can distinguish between the two costs with other terms, or sorry, with other definitions, or with other description. Now, manufacturing overhead or overhead cost, it includes indirect materials. Take note, indirect materials, they are also known as factory supplies. It includes indirect material or factory supplies, indirect labor, and other manufacturing costs. And last point, factory overhead is also known as manufacturing overhead costs. Okay? Whereas prime cost, it is considered as the basic cost of the production process. Now, the word basic is used, class, because prime cost is closely associated with the production, because prime cost includes direct labor and direct material. And last point, prime costs are controllable costs, which can be useful for the management in decision making. So those are the three ways. Those are the three ways, okay, in which you can define the two terms. Okay, the two terms are factory overhead and prime cost. Okay, define, as I always say. Okay, to define, you will be awarded with 1 mark each. Okay, any question? Any question on our definitions? Factory overhead and prime cost. Any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I hope that you have done something with your activities. Can I have a feedback on that?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Nachajaya si Venanteranika, kotami.
I wish to welcome those who are just joining us now. Okay. Now we have begin our class by looking at part A of activity for weeks 7 and 8. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue to part B. Part B of our activity. State the main reason for preparing a manufacturing statement in a manufacturing firm for 1 mark. State the main reason for preparing a manufacturing statement in a manufacturing firm. Okay, pay attention on the verb used, state. Okay, it's a knowledge-based question for 1 mark. State in bold letters, main. That means your answer, it must be the main reason. The main reason. State the main reason for preparing a manufacturing statement in a manufacturing firm. The main reason is to determine the cost of production figure. That is your answer, and you will be awarded with 1 mark. Okay. Please correct what please correct what you have in front of you. Remember, we are using a platform in which I am not there, okay, to correct or to check your work. Okay, we conducting classes, okay, based on mutual agreement, okay. As I always emphasize in the classroom, honesty, okay, integrity. This is where they come in. Okay, when the teacher is not there, I hope that you are doing your work faithfully. You are doing your reading, okay. At the same time, you are evaluating your learning by attempting the activities that are provided. Okay, I hope that is clear, class. Okay, now that is on part B. And the main reason for preparing manufacturing statement in a manufacturing firm, once again, to determine the cost of production figure. All right, on part C. Okay. I do hope that you have the question in front of you. Yes, class?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now let's look at the question together. Let's look at the question together. I will read. Study the following information. Study the following information relating to Wisma Manufacturing Company and prepare a statement to show the direct materials used for the month ended 30th September 2018. Okay. And okay, if you have your pencil, if you have your red pen, underline statement direct materials. Okay, that is the main focus of the question. You are going to prepare a statement in which you are going to calculate, or you are going to show direct materials. Now, before we discuss the solution, okay, let me remind us once again of the format of our manufacturing statement. In my introduction lesson to this manufacturing statement, I have explained, or I have defined, okay, the layout of this manufacturing statement. It is divided into three, or it has three components. Okay, part one or part A is direct material, part two is direct labor, and part three is factory overhead or manufacturing overhead. Okay, so these are the three components of the manufacturing statement. However, the question seeks for us to just to show the first portion of this manufacturing statement, in which we are going to show only the direct material. Okay, now you have your question while I have the solution. Okay. Now let's look at the solution, okay, that is in front of us. Okay. At the same time, refer to your question so that you know the order of entries. That is one. Number two, the columns that are used. Where am I going to place this entry when it is given in the question? All right. Now, direct materials, okay, we have three columns. Okay, manufacturing statement has 4 columns altogether. Okay, first column will always be for your entries, while the second, third, and fourth are specifically given for your monetary values. All right, direct materials underline. Our first entry, direct materials inventory dash beginning. Okay? In other words, this is our opening inventory for direct material. You will take 86,000 to second column. Next to opening inventory is purchase of direct material, 195,000, in which you will use your first column. Okay? After recording purchase of direct material, then you have all your direct expenses, or they are known as buying expenses. Okay? And this includes custom duty of 10,000, cartage inward of 5,000, and freight dash direct material of 8,000. Okay, so purchase, then you have your buying expenses. So 195,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000 plus 8,000, it will give you a sum of 218,000. Now look, have a look at where I have placed 218,000. I have taken it to the second column. Okay, so on the second column, I have opening inventory for direct material. Okay, and second to that is the sum of purchase and the three buying expenses. So where do I go from here? I am going to add 86,000 with 218,000, okay, which will give us a sum of 304,000. So 304,000 less closing inventory, direct material of 52,000, then you have a difference of 52,000 rather, which is known as your cost of direct material used. The question is for 4 marks. Okay, look at how the 4 marks are allocated. Okay, half mark for opening inventory, half mark for purchase, half mark for custom duty as a buying expense, half mark for cartage inward as a buying expense, half mark for freight direct material as a buying expense, half mark for direct material available for use, half mark for closing inventory for direct material, and the last half mark for cost of direct materials used. So there are total of 8 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 entries awarded a half mark each for 4 marks. Okay? That is for part C in preparation for statement of direct materials used. Okay? Remember, this video will be available, okay, on our Moodle. Okay, so every now and then go back whenever you study, okay, or while you are online, whole of today, while you have data for the day, okay, quickly copy your solutions, okay, on your exercise book to facilitate in your revision. Any question on part C of our question? Anyone?
No, madam.
Remember, I know can mean 2 things over here. One is you are clear. The second to that is you did not do anything at all.
Madam, we did it last night.
Madam,
Right.
but the format in the book is different.
Yes. That is very true, Sandhya. I have consulted our senior education officer on that. Okay, there is mismatch in our detailed solution and what we have in our textbook. But my advice is we take cue from the detailed solution. Is that clear, class? Okay, we
Yes,
take
madam.
cue from there. That is why I am providing you with a detailed solution. So that we are not comfortable with what we have as notes. Okay, but we have to explore what is available out there. Okay, so that we can gauge, okay, what we have and what others have with them. All right. Okay, thank you. I have also identified that. Shall we continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Activity 2. Now, activity 2 class is based on method 2. Okay. How many of us have have accessed our weeks 7 and 8 notes that is available on Moodle or that you have picked from school. Okay. Now, week
Yes,
7
madam.
and 8 notes.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Week 7 and 8 notes, okay, will guide you on how to attempt these activities. Okay. Anyway, as I have requested, okay, at least refer to your question. Okay. Refer to your question so that we can discuss or we can go through the solution together. Okay. Okay. General Manufacturers Limited manufactures timber for local and export suppliers. The following is an extract of balances from the trial balance of General Manufacturers Limited as at 31st March 2018. Okay, then let's look at the table that they have provided. Okay, that table is a trial balance. Okay, it's a trial balance that they have provided with the following entries. They have provided us with the work in progress inventories as at 1st April 2017. Okay, let's go back to our question. Okay. The following is an extract of balances from the trial balance of General Manufacturers Limited as at 31st March 2018. Is 2018. Our previous accounting period is 2017. Okay, so closing balances of 2017, they will become opening inventories for 2018. Okay, take note of that. Okay, closing balances of 2017 will become opening balances of 2018. So direct materials inventories at 1st April 2017. First entry in the trial balance. Direct material inventories at 1st April 2017. Now who can tell us? Okay, what is that? Which entry is that? Okay, first question. Answer this question. Which of the three components does that entry belongs to? Does it belong to direct material, or does it belong to direct labor, or does it belong to factory overhead?
Direct material.
Direct
Direct
material.
material.
Very good. It belongs to direct material. All right. Now, on direct material or indirect material, which entry is that? Is that opening inventory or closing inventory?
Opening inventory.
Opening.
Very good. That is opening direct material inventory. Okay. Now remember, while we are dealing with cost accounting, you have to be very specific, especially when we have three types of inventories. Okay. I have discussed on these three types. We have raw materials, yes, okay, as an inventory. Then we have a work in progress or work in process as an inventory. And then we have finished goods. Is that clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So,
Yes, madam.
so I have to remind us, class, that work in progress is not just an entry on its own. What you must understand and know that work in progress is a semi-finished goods. It is an inventory. Okay? It is an inventory that is partially processed. Okay, we have raw materials, okay, unprocessed. Then we have a work in progress or work in process. Then we have finished goods. Now take note of this. Finished goods will never be included in manufacturing statement. Finished goods will never be included in a manufacturing statement. Now, as we progress with our activities, you'll be able to see that these finished goods, this entry finished goods will always come in every now and then to distract us. Okay, you may ask, Madam, why can't we take finished goods to the manufacturing statement? I have to remind us once again on the term manufacturing. Finished goods class, it is in the completion stage. There is no process needed on that finished goods. That is why it is never included in the manufacturing statement. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, madam.
There are some entries which we have to be notified with, so that we do not include them in our manufacturing statement. Okay, back to direct materials inventories. Back to direct materials inventory at 1st April 2017. Yes, we are going to take that. Yes, we are going to take that. And on the screen, can you locate 75,500? Can you locate 75,500?
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes. Direct materials, BEG for beginning. Okay, direct materials beginning 75,500 first column. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue looking at the question. Work in progress inventories at 1st April 2017. Work in progress inventories at 1st April 2017. Work in progress for direct material, work in progress for direct labor, and work in progress for factory overhead. Work in progress for direct material, work in progress for direct labor, and work in progress for factory overhead. Now, you can see class, from the three components, direct material, direct labor, and factory overhead, we are being provided with the opening of each. Opening work in progress for direct material, opening work in progress for direct labor, and opening work in progress for factory overhead. Now let's have a look at how we are going to account that in our manufacturing statement. Okay, what is the value for direct work in progress for direct material? 90,200. Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Work in progress for direct labor is 100,000, and work in progress for factory overhead is 65,200.
200.
Okay, 65,200. So we are given work in progress opening work in progress for direct material, opening work in progress for direct labor, and opening progress for factory overhead. Now look at how we are going to record them. Work in progress direct material beginning 90,200, second column. Are you following? Are you
Yes,
following?
madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. Right. Let's look at work in progress for direct labor. Direct labor, work in progress direct labor, 100,000, second column. Let's have a look at work in progress for factory overhead. Factory overhead, first entry work in progress, factory overhead, 65,200, second column. Let's go back. Let's go back. Working under direct material, work in progress, dash direct material, second column, 90,200. Under direct labor, first entry, work in progress, direct labor beginning, 100,000, second column. Under factory overhead, work in progress, factory overhead, 65,200, second column. So after discussing those three entries, what can we say? What can we say? What can be your comment on this opening work in progress for each of the components? What can we say, or how can we describe work in progress for each of the three components? Anyone? That there are always be first entries. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, madam.
There will always be the first entry under each subheading. Second is you will always record them in second column. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, madam.
Have I made myself clear?
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
So what I can conclude, class, what I can conclude is this. Whenever I am given opening work, whenever I'm given work in progress for each component, my opening work in progress will always be my first entry under each subheading. Under direct material, work in progress opening. Under direct labor, work in progress opening. Under factory overhead, opening work in progress opening, and I will always record that in second column. I hope that is clear for everyone. Yes?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now let's look at the other entries that are provided in the trial balance. Eh? Now, what I want us to do now, we'll take it one at a time. Eh? What I want us to do now is to classify. We just have to identify where does it belong to. Does it belong to direct material, or to direct labor, or manufacturing overhead? Okay. Now our next entry is wages for factory workers. Wages for factory workers. What do you think, class? Just with your pencil, identify DM for direct material, DL for direct labor, or manufacturing overhead. What do you think? Wages for factory workers? Which category does it belong to?
Direct labor.
Direct labor, very good. Direct materials purchased?
Direct.
Working.
Where does
Direct material.
It belongs to direct material. Very good. What about office rent? Office rent? Office rent?
Factory overhead.
Factory overhead.
Factory overhead? Analyze. Very good. Very good. It comes in as a distractor. Sandhya, why did you say it is a distractor? Why did you say it is a distractor? Office.
Manufacturing.
Yes. We do not conduct the processing in the office. We do not need that. We don't have to rent an office space for manufacturing. Okay, so you have to be analytical. Okay, you need to read between the lines. So that office rent comes in as a distractor.
That's
Clear? Very good. Next
Yes,
entry.
madam.
Next entry. Cottage outwards. Cottage outwards.
Direct
Cottage
material.
outwards.
direct
Distractor.
material.
Direct material.
Hmm?
Distractor.
Cottage outwards.
Not
Distractor.
outwards,
Come
it's
on.
inwards,
Come on.
inwards.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. In one of my classes, I have specified that there are entries that will go to statement of financial performance. There are entries that will be recorded in manufacturing statement. Okay, so whatever that is recorded in the financial performance does not go into our manufacturing statement. Now, if we are going to do that, now that will be double accounting. That will be double accounting. That is why we have to be very clear. Which one goes to statement of financial performance because it records some expenses. Yes, expenses. And we have to be careful with what goes to manufacturing statement because manufacturing statement is cost accounting. Okay, so again, cottage outwards. If you are familiar with your statement of financial performance, cottage outwards is a selling and distributing. Can you remember that? Can you remember that? Cottage outwards. Cottage out in the statement of financial performance. Okay. The second point is this. In our manufacturing, okay, we only take cottage inwards or freight inwards, not outwards. Okay. So the clue was being provided. Some of us just turned a blind eye on that. Okay. So be very careful. Be careful. Okay. Be careful. Please mute yourself while I am discussing so that all of us can hear me while I am discussing. Okay, so cottage outward again is a distractor. Next is factory security wages. Factory security wages. Question number 1. Will we take that in our manufacturing statement? Yes, no?
Madam.
Security wages. Yes.
Yes? Okay. What is your clue over there?
Factory
What is your clue?
securities. Factory securities.
Factory is your clue over there. Okay. Now, third question is this. Which category does it belong to? Direct material, direct labor, or factory overhead?
Factory overhead.
Factory overhead. Very good. Clue. What is your clue?
Security wages.
Security. Okay. Security, you'll meet them outside the factory. You don't meet them inside the factory. That is why we classify it as a factory overhead. Our next expense is depreciation. Depreciation on office equipment. Now, depreciation is an expense. Yes, it is. But what are we depreciating? Office equipment. Oh, you have to be careful. Distractor, very good. Very good. Why is it a distractor? What is your clue?
Office
equipment. So distractor. Very good. Next, our last entry, if I'm correct, our last entry. Yes? Depreciation on plant. Am I correct?
Yes, madam.
That is our last.
please.
Come again?
Madam, can you scroll down so that we can see other entries?
No, what I have on the slide, is the solution only. In my message, I have requested you to copy the questions ready for reference.
Yes, madam.
Okay? Sorry, I cannot provide that question on the slide. Okay, because the slides were prepared before the class. But our last entry on the trial balance is depreciation on plant. Okay, what are we depreciating? Plant. What is a plant? Plant are machines, big machines that are used in factories. So does that qualify depreciation on a plant to be entered in a manufacturing statement class?
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes. Under which category? Under which category? Is depreciation a direct material?
No, madam.
No. Is depreciation a direct
Factory
labor?
overhead.
No, madam.
Very good. It is
Factory overhead.
a factory overhead.
Overhead.
Very good. Okay. Okay. So under direct materials, okay, we have work in progress, direct material 90,200. Let's study this. Okay. Then we have direct materials beginning 75,500. Add purchase 240,000. 75,500 plus 240,000 will give you 315,500. Sorry, class, there is a continuation to that trial balance. Depreciation on plant is not our last entry. Now, how many of us has the hard copy in our possession? Hard copies of week 7 and 8.
Madam, me.
Activity, madam.
Yes,
Yes.
activities together with the notes.
Madam,
Me,
only the
madam.
notes was
Madam.
given. Didn't receive
Only
it.
the notes was given and no activities.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Madam,
Okay, okay. Let's continue. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes, okay. Now, it's all right. Let's continue. Let's continue. Our next entry, okay, hold on.
Well, Madam Salako.
Laku iya. Hawa ako siya cek tangan to ka.
Oh, yeah, okay. And she's back.
Hello. Okay. Sorry for that, class. I'm getting back to our question. After depreciation on plant, we have cell phone expenses dash factory. Depreciation, cell phone expenses dash factory. Question 1. Are we going? Are you with me?
Ma'am, your network is poor.
Yes, madam. Madam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Can you? Okay. Our next to the depreciation on plant class is cell phone expenses dash. There's something wrong. Can you? Yeah.
Madam, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Now, after depreciation. Okay, our next entry is cell phone expenses dash factory. Okay, my question is, are we going to take that in our manufacturing statement?
Yes, madam.
Yes. What is your clue over there? What is your clue?
Factory. Factory.
Factory.
Very good. Okay, we are going to include that. We are going to include that cell phone expenses because of the word factory attached to it. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now tell me, which category does it belong to?
Factory overhead.
Very good, factory overhead. Now next entry is factory electricity. Okay, factory electricity, will we include that?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yes, we will include that because
The word factory.
Because of the word factory.
Factory.
yes, we will take that as a factory overhead. And lastly is factory supplies.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Our last entry is factory supplies. Okay. Now, factory supplies. Can you still remember what is another term for factory supplies?
Ma'am, raw materials.
Raw materials. Are you sure?
No, ma'am.
What is another
Finished
term for factory?
goods.
What is another
Finished-
term for factory supplies?
Finished goods.
You're not a good listener. Factory supplies is also known as indirect materials.
Indirect materials.
Okay,
Sorry,
I have been emphasizing that. Okay, indirect material is also known as factory supplies. So when they do not use indirect material, you expect the term factory supplies. Is that clear?
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
So factory supplies is also known as indirect material. Since it is an indirect material, we will record it as the factory overhead. Okay, class? Okay.
Yes, madam.
Now, we have a few minutes left to conclude with our class. Okay, this video as well as the slides will be available on Moodle. Okay, to assist us with activity 2 and 3. All right, activity 2 and 3. The solutions will be provided, will be available on Moodle. Okay. In addition to that, I wish to encourage us to attempt activity 4. Okay. Now, if you go to Moodle, there is a drop box available for activity 4. Okay, there's a drop box available for activity 4. Okay, so you are going to attempt activity 4, and then you will upload your activity, your attempted completed activity in that drop box. Is that clear?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, remember we have to give it a try. Okay, we cannot wait, or we cannot be making excuses. Madam, I do not know. Madam, I can't. Okay, because you have tried out in computer. So I am also giving you a trial on dropping the completed activity in that Dropbox. That is our first reminder. Okay. The second reminder is this. This activity, today is Tuesday. This activity will be due on Thursday. This activity will be due on Thursday. Activity 4 is due on Thursday. So you will upload on Moodle. I will mark it online. Okay, and I will send you feedback. Okay.
Yes, madam.
Hold on. Okay, can you see what I have on the screen?
Madam,
Yes?
the same manufacturing statement.
Yes.
It's the same one.
What
General
I am
manufacturing.
sharing the Moodle. What you
No,
will
no,
have
madam.
on the Moodle when you
We are still on the PowerPoint slides.
in accounting.
No, madam, it's still on
Ma'am, you're
PowerPoint
breaking
slide.
up.
We can't hear you properly.
Ma'am, you're breaking up.
Bring it up.
Or you are still on slide? Okay, hold on. You can only see the slide.
Yes, madam.
Yes, can you see this?
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Can
madam.
you see video 1 manufacturing statement activities?
Yes, madam.
Okay. When you log into your Moodle, you'll first meet our class video, the current one that I'm running now. You'll be able
Yes,
to
madam.
open. You'll be able to open our video. Okay, our class video for today, and the lower part is. Can you see this Dropbox for activity 4?
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Yes,
you will
madam.
click. Right, you
No,
will
one
click on this
notification.
activity 4. Now, can you please go to your Moodle account?
Okay, madam.
Okay, hold on. You will no. I will have a separate video. Okay, I will have a separate video prepared for that purpose. For how to upload an activity. Okay, class.
Yes, madam.
It's all right. It's all right. But that is my second reminder. You are going to attempt activity 4. Attempt activity 4, and you will upload it through the Dropbox that is being provided on Moodle. Okay.
Yes, madam.
So for this week, your focus should be on manufacturing statement. Okay. Activity 3 class. Activity 3 you will be using method 1. Okay. Activity 3, you will be using method 1. So pay attention on the difference between method 1 and method 2. Very important. Very important. Being provided with a question, you should be able to know which method am I going to use, method 1 or method 2. Remember, it depends on the information that is given in the question. Okay, so if you are going to access this video, this class video again, activity 3 as well, in which you are going to use method 1. Okay, so before you attempt activity 4, refer to activity 2 and activity 3 so that they will guide you on which method will I use while attempting activity 2. Okay, that is all that I have for us. Okay, for today. Okay, our next session I will again notify you. Okay, on our chat group on our next session. Otherwise, our focus for this week is manufacturing statement. I hope that is clear.
Yes, madam.
Okay, your folks, I will leave you for now. Okay, I will leave you for now. Thank you once again. Thank you for being part of this class. Okay, and I wish you well for the rest of the day. Okay, for the rest of the classes that you are going to have. Remember, always check your messenger. Okay, for updates of classes during the week. Thank you and goodbye.